Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Super Cool Podcast. I'm your host, as always, the spirit of Super Cool Radio himself, Matthew Thomas. This is episode number 19, and our featured band of the week, they are gothic rock band Shadows Reflection out of Michigan. I really dig their style of music. They incorporate a lot of different elements into not only their studio work, but also their stage show as well. I've heard many great things about their stage shows, but I have not actually got to see them live. But when things clear up, I really want to see them live. And for this episode of the Super Cool Podcast, I'm going to review their debut album, Nightstone Manor. Just a little background about this album. To me, and I think this is what they're going with, more of a journey through the Nightstone Manor. Every song is like a different spot or room in this manor, and I think it's a really cool trip. So I'm going to start this review, as I always do, with the cover art. And I actually have the physical copy of Nightstone Manor with me. I actually contacted the band, paid, and she shipped it to me. I love the front cover art on this. Everything Shadows Reflection is like wrapped up in all this cover art right here. You have the Nightstone Manor, this eerie looking mansion. Kind of reminds me of like an old Scooby-Doo TV show. I forgot exactly what episode, but I think you get the gist of what I'm saying. So it kind of reminds me of that, and I think it's just so cool. This is a very professional and well done cover art, and it just really gives a nice visual image to the Nightstone Manor. And I'm going to highlight 5 of my favorite songs. There's 11 songs on Nightstone Manor. I'm going to be highlighting my favorite 5 songs. I'm going to start with the first song, and that is The Chamber Inside. This is a great rock song. I like the great imagery that was going on in this song. Walking into a mansion, kind of, like you get the overwhelming feeling from just walking in. But honestly, I think this song is about mental health. You open the chamber inside your own mind. I like the lyrics, I lost, I tried, and also these waves of thoughts, they paralyze me. So it could be a physical chamber when you walk in, you're overwhelmed, but also I believe that the chamber inside is actually in your own mind. When she says, I'm drowning in your thoughts, you overthink too much, you're just drowning in your own thoughts, it makes you paralyzed to where you can't think or make decisions. And also, voices scream out, not good enough, trying to defeat yourself. The voices inside your own mind saying you're not good enough. Whatever task you're doing, or whatever you have planned. Sometimes it's hard to overcome yourself and also all the obstacles outside of you. But we have to dig down deep, not defeat yourself. Because there will be a lot of other people out there who are going to try to defeat you. You shouldn't try to defeat yourself as well. Also, I want to highlight a really great laugh by Ella Rose. It's at the 2:35 mark. It's very eerie, really adds another element to the song. And there's an awesome solo just before the 3-minute mark as well. Really got into the solo on The Chamber Inside. But overall, it's a great rock song, great message about mental health in there as well. That's why I really dig The Chamber Inside. Great opening song. The next song I'm going to highlight is Once a Promise. It is the 3rd song off Nightstone Manor. I like the vocals at the beginning. You can't really make out exactly what you're saying. It's kind of more of a melody almost, but I really like it. Again, using different and unique elements for every song on this album. And Tower Made of Stone, blinded by your lies, blindly following someone. They made promises to you. Turns out it was all lies. And I think it's something about being in a relationship with someone and finding out it was all built on lies and deceit. Definitely doesn't make the other person feel good. Makes the other person not want to trust being in a relationship again. And I like the way it was drowned away my life. So definitely talking about a toxic relationship where the female spouse or girlfriend threw away her life for this man. The guy promised all these great things, and it turns out it was just all lies. I really like the way it was no need, just want, because you need the other person in a relationship to rely on and to trust them. You need those things. And just wanting all these things is very selfish, especially when you're in a relationship. Taking everything away from me. I really like that they pose a question, why do I love you? People in these toxic relationships still ask that same question. Like, very deep song. And it's definitely everything that's going on in this abusive and toxic relationship. Great solo around the 2:20 mark. Great guitar skills on display, and like all the solos. Every song has a solo. At different time marks of each song, there's at least one solo. They all sounded very different. They all had different moods to them. They really added to each song. But yeah, Once a Promise, it's a very deep song, talking about being in a toxic relationship. People have been there, and it's a very relatable song to anyone who's been in those type of situations, asking the same questions of why do I love you? Just set me free. Very relatable, very well done song. Just a quick thing, I want to mention the fourth song, Nightstone Manor. It has a very eerie feel to it, and I like that they incorporated different elements in there, and they use very great imagery, empty rooms where guests were, and I like the door slamming. That is how the song ends, is with the door slamming. I thought that was very cool and a very unique element to add to the song, and it fits in perfectly. Talk about the Nightstone Manor and how abandoned it was, and hearing that eerie door slam, I thought tied in so well. Now, moving on, I'm going to highlight the sixth song, which is Jester's Smile. This is the first time on the album that a piano is used in the opening of this song. It's a different start than most of the other songs up until the sixth track. The piano goes great with the guitars, because the guitars are very intense. Piano keys just, to me, blend so well with it. And I like the words, I showed my soul to you, you never cared. It's like you opened up to somebody, you showed them all your feelings, all your thoughts, all your dreams, all your desires, and they just didn't care. Now I hide behind a jester's smile. You're fake being happy, but deep inside you're just sad, pretending to be happy. Also, I wish to leave this place, and it's like you don't want to be in this relationship, you don't want to be here. And also, I know this is directly talking about a relationship, but also this can apply to a lot of different situations where you can't show your feelings, or people don't care about your feelings, you just fake being happy because you don't want to show them that you're really truly sad inside. And also, you don't want to give them the satisfaction of them seeing you so sad and so down. So you put on a fake and happy persona. But also, there's no point in trying to open up to the person again if they just don't care what your feelings are as well. Another deep song. I like that it ends with laughing. If you have a gesture smile, you just have to act happy and act like it's okay. So, of course, you would be smiling and happy, and of course, you'd be laughing. So, great use of the laugh to really drive home the point of the song. I'm going to highlight ninth song, which is Cold Veil Year. And I like, again, they use different elements, like when I was talking about with laughing on Jester's Smile, they use rushing water at the beginning. I like that. Kind of brings you somewhere. It could be the ocean, it could be a creek, it could be the river. You get that outside feel. And this is the third song in this album that we use the piano. I like the lyrics, I'll be here, running out of tears, wasting my fear. There's an early solo, just before the minute mark. This is the earliest a solo been in any song on this album. And what really got me in this song, what I really love about this portion of the song, because it was very unexpected, it added a lot to this song, gave me a little bit of chills. It was very eerie. You can hear whispering around the 110 mark. What really got me about it was the unexpectedness of it. You just hear, sounds like someone whispering into your ear. So again, it adds a great deal to this song. Also, painful memories, haunting all my dreams, not wanting to think about all these memories. There's some really great imagery. It really describes the pain and anguish this person is going through. It's a very emotional song. To me, it sounds like this person lost somebody, most likely a spouse, and they're kind of just dealing with the grief, but it doesn't just have to be a spouse. It could be a parent, a loved one, a friend, really anyone that is close to you, and then when you really admire. Losing them, there's grief, there's pain, there's anguish, all of those things. When you deeply miss someone, when they're not around anymore, when you can't even think about their memories because they bring up so much grief. It's a very deep song. I think almost everyone's been there when you've lost a loved one. The last song I'm going to highlight, it is the 10th song, Black Rose. This song, I know a lot of the songs have been kind of deep and emotional. This song, I think, has a very good message in it. I also think it's a little bit of a slightly faster guitar riff, but I'm going to get to the message. I'm going to start with, waited a long time to find the light in me. And it's talking about a garden of black roses. They're growing. And to me, it's more like a mental rose garden. Every time there's someone, angry or writes hurtful comments or tells you directly, being very mean to you and rude and saying you're not good enough or anything like that, there's a garden of black roses in everyone, and it just keeps growing. I'm going to get to the end because they put a nice twist on this song, and that's what I really like about it. But also, when people attack us, people put us down, people belittle us, it makes us feel like we're not any good at anything, or we're just not right for anything or anyone. With the internet right now, people have access to almost anyone, so they can just leave hurtful messages or hurtful comments, or directly message you hurtful comments and hurtful words. It takes a toll on people, even though they're not saying it directly to you, not face to face with you. It still leaves a mark. But also when someone is rude and attacking you, it's more a reflection of themselves, but what they're going through, and you shouldn't take it as personally, because it's really not on you, it's really what they're going through. There's a solo around the 220 mark. Awesome guitar skills. Every solo is unique, and some have more of like a shredding sound to it. Others I know are more like deliberate and slowed down, but all these solos, just love them. Every song, just love the guitar solos. But the twist at the end is those comments, those attacks, they don't have anything to do with you. It's more a reflection of themselves, and you shouldn't take anything personally. Even though it's hard sometimes, especially if you're having a rough day and then, someone gets on you about really nothing. Or, like, you open up social media and you see hurtful stuff. People should be nicer. Should be more considerate to others. Sadly, especially right now, I think with everything going on, it seems that it's getting worse, which it really shouldn't be. I think we should be uniting together instead of trying to tear each other apart over things that really don't matter. We're all human beings, and we should all love each other. But I really like the great message in Black Rose. I really like the imagery of the Black Rose, because like every comment, every attack, it grows a mental black rose in our garden. But really we have to shut out all those attacks. We have to continue to do what we think is right and follow the path that we want to take. Those are my thoughts on Nightstone Manor. These very deep, reflecting songs. It talks about different topics, and every song, it's like a different room in the manor. And I think it's definitely very well done, sounds very professional. They are a solid band, especially with the guitar solos. Ella Rose is a phenomenal vocalist as well. All great things for Shadow's Reflection. I highly recommend you check it out. It's on iTunes and other digital services as well. Or you can hit them up, see if there's still any copies available. I'm not sure. I've had my copy for a few months now, so I'm not sure if they even have any left. It's a great album. I highly recommend people check it out. Definitely you have to listen to the whole thing. I thought about breaking up. Usually I break up the album listening. I can't listen to it all one day. I try to break it up half and half, but at the halfway mark, I was still like, you know what, I'm just going to finish it tonight, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope people check out, support, stream Shadow's Reflection. I hope maybe next year I want to go see them sometime. I know they came to the Music Factory earlier this year in like January, huge ice storm, so wasn't able to see them. They incorporate a lot of cool stuff in their stage show, so make sure to check out Shadow's Reflection. I got an interview with the band coming up this Thursday. I'm really looking forward to it. I really want to chat with them. I got a lot of stuff to chat about, so please check that out on Thursday. And thank you for listening to the Super Cool Podcast. I'm your host, as always, the spirit of Super Cool Radio himself, Matthew Thomas.